In the end, it took less than 30 years for the world as we know it to fall. 95% of the population died. There were a litany of causes, not that it mattered in the end. Our infrastructure failed, and with no electricity, our communications, lights, and internet failed too. There weren't even enough survivors left to tend the fields and care for the remaining livestock. As if any of us had any of the necessary skills. Those few of us who remained barricaded ourselves into makeshift fortresses, although they had no idea what we thought we were hiding from. To paraphrase that ass T.S. Eliot, not with a bang, but with a whimper, the world ended. Almost. In the late 2050s, the builders ended the crisis by combining biology, precision mechanics, and thermohydraulics to make constructs from the dead, human and otherwise. These automatons took up all the necessary repetitive tasks that keep us alive. The constructs follow algorithms and programmable, mindless cycles. The dead of all species have taken the place of slaves, and like those slaves, they have become the basis on which our recovery and our economy grow. They are everywhere. As humans, we have lost almost everything. But we do have what humanity has always had. We have hope.
Hello, this is Dirty 20 Gaming. My name is Kevin, and these amazing personages have agreed to come and play a game with me tonight, and that, as always, makes me happy. I made a couple of, I got that stuff. You moved, you talk first. Robin slash Thunderscape7, tell us who you are and what you do. And don't
I'm
forget to tell
Robin
us you're
slash
amazing.
Thunderscape7, and according to Kevin, I'm amazing. I do
Oh,
art
oh.
sometimes, but mostly just hang around on the Discord or here on Twitch. Or sometimes I post my art, and sometimes I post it at the links I have here.
There they are. All right. Thank you so very, very much. Next, you laughed. It's Wayward Knight.
Hi, okay. I'm Wayward Knight, aka Chris. I am also an artist on the interwebs. I try to post my stuff because I'm trying to sell it. It all needs an update, but I'm getting ready. I just ordered a bunch of prints today, so you can find me at my many places there and support your small and local artist friends. You can also find me here on Monday nights GMing our Grave New World Buffy the Vampire Slayer TTRPG. It's a blast.
It is, and it is the buffiest thing I've ever seen, including the very few episodes of Buffy that I've actually seen. Yeah, you gotta see it. It's stunning. Next, because they've got nothing to do with that game, and that doesn't narrow it down at all. Phil.
I was wondering which one you were gonna go for. Yeah, I'm Phil. I play a game here on Saturdays. Actually about this time, so
You
can
should
see me
probably
then.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that, you hardly existify on the webs at all. At all. Whoosh, whoosh,
That's
whoosh.
not an invitation to hack me. Please don't.
No, please. Yeah, no. Don't do that. Which brings us around the circle D squarey pentagonally thing, because there's 5 of us, but we're only talking about 4 of us. Bison underscore Stonefist.
Yeah, that's me. I do stuff here a lot. Catch me 3 nights a week. Tuesday nights, I run a Cyberpunk Red campaign called Carnage Heights. That's currently on hiatus because summer. I have camping to do in the weekend, so we'll be back next week with luck. And on Fridays, I play the overly Canadian, apparently liar on Stealing Stories to Tell the Devil, or Stealing Stories for the Devil.
For the Devil.
I keep
yes.
wanting to say from.
Yeah.
But...
Oh, that's the temptation is strong. Yeah. Stealing Stories for the Devil. where I got bored with the lore after episode 6.
Stories with the devil.
we're still using all the I'm proud to say we are still using the rules 99.7% as written.
Lasts longer than
Impressive.
necrobiotic.
Longer than anything ever. But to pay for that, the lore has had to go.
Kevin can't just leave it well enough
I
alone.
cannot. My grandfather apparently saw the first time we visited their house. I pulled open the drawers out in the kitchen because their house wasn't baby proofed and started pulling shit out. And he says, "Oh, good, you had a monkey."
I was a monkey.
Yes. So
Our
with
cat
that,
did that.
oh, good. So I'm a cat monkey. Me
Overly Canadian describes so much of what Bison does.
Overly
No
Canadian.
doubt, eh?
Yeah. Oh, all right, let's get past this foolishness. Our virtual tabletop of choice, because it is visible tonight, is Roll20. Character art is done using Hero Forge. Other art is from Pixabay, our own logo, and manipulated and added to and cut holes in by our very own talented Thunderscape 7. With that, I think that's it. Let's go. Get past this foolishness. Oh yeah, we're done. Sure. Ha 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 ha. I get you. You're funny. You'll see. Watch this. I'll make you cry now.
I need Joe.
We ignore our traumas, meaning we're gonna have a heavy episode as always.
You are super funny. So, and I keep trying to save these because I've been trying to save these people from themselves for 6 weeks now. Okay, let's do this. Let's start with.
Hold on, I have to.
Yeah, let's start with Coas, because you and Stefano are in for a ride.
Mhm.
You are have been given permission to take the steam-powered giant wolf metal thing, basically, which has a saddle and a sort of a space. And seeing as Stefano's like, I know, unpaid intern, and claws up into the sort of and space, not the actual seat, leaving that for you. And it comes up to full steam, and you turn around, and what you can see, Thomas is preparing to deliver 24 giant working robots
Yes.
to Fatima at the mansion to do with as she pleases.
Ghost is gonna
And
kind of
yes,
turn around and just be like, hey, Thomas,
yeah,
did you ever fool around with some of the controls here on this one?
all of them.
All of them. Could you tell me if there's anything interesting on this one, or if it's just as simple as just this one to go and this one to, yeah. Do you want to explain a bit about the buttons?
Well, you can use all the ones in front of you there, but I was feeling, what's the word I was looking? Whimsical. I read it in a book. You can steer this one with the ears. You push the ears forward. They work together, so you only actually have to use one. But if you push them forward, you go faster. If you pull them back, you slow down. They're on little gimbals and springs.
Okay.
And if you need to turn
Alright.
that way, just don't, at full speed ever, push one all the way forward and one all the way back.
Got it, because you'll spin out.
Well, part of one, you'll go part way around. And you spend 4.5 days laying in a ditch wondering if you're gonna die. So don't do that.
I won't. All right. Well, Thomas.
Who would ever spin out on the way to the river?
I want to say that you've got this, kid. Good luck, and have fun with it.
Thank you. I know, like, I'm only 13 and shit, but that city's fucked.
Oh yeah, 100%. It's leveled to the ground practically. Citadel all came crashing down.
But we can help those people that are at the mansion.
Yeah. Yes, we can. More specifically, you can.
I can because your vision was, mine was too big. I couldn't see what to do.
Yeah, you have to go much like how you help solve some of the cases there. Um, you'd have to go kind of step by step. You can't just skip and think of the whole case in one big kind of solution. You got to go step by step, just like everything else.
Oh yeah, with those I just worked backwards. You missed some really obvious stuff.
Yeah, I knew what was going on with that. I just didn't have the time to do it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Plus, those were the boring ones.
Thanks for not arresting me.
Uh, the worst thing that would have happened to you was that maybe you would have been detained for a little bit. You would have been fine. You're still just a kid. Keep in mind.
He grins and reaches down to his belt buckle and does some sort of weird twisting motion and pulls out 3 lockpicks and says, I might not have been in jail quite so long as you think, and just puts them back in.
Well, they would have probably taken the belt, gave you new clothes actually. So
Good point.
yeah. See,
See, you're always teaching me stuff. You every time I meet you, you make me a better criminal.
yeah, exactly. Wait. Stefano, shut your mouth. All right, that's
You could hear you heard the laugh as well as I did, yeah.
good.
And as you turn around to say, Stefano, shut your, he hits. Just like Thomas just hits you with the hug. Just
Okay. No, this time I actually will reciprocate the hug fully.
Mhm.
And so yeah, have fun, and I officially knight you as a official member of a militia. There we go. You're a militia now. Have fun.
It feels weird being a cop, but okay.
Don't
But-
give him that much power.
Fatima, right? And
Fatima. Yeah,
yeah.
that's the name.
And I can tell her that you said I'm a sheriff now.
Sure. Yeah, you can go with that.
All right. And he turns around before you can take it back. He turns around and walks away.
Try to find a nice like cowboy hat. That would really work for you, I think.
And he kind of winces like, "Oh, you got the last shot in," and he just keeps walking.
All right, Stefano, the kid. You ready to go?
Yeah. You turn around and he says, "Yeah, I've been going over this thing. You like coffee?"
Here and there, yeah. I'm more of a tea drinker myself, actually.
Okay. So you know when you have a really, really good tea and you
Yeah.
get like a pound of it and you drink it for a long time and you just get used to having really good tea.
hmm
Then you go somewhere. Somebody says, "You want a cup of tea?" and they make you a cup of tea.
Oh, it's
and
the
you-
worst.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He looks down at this metal wolf you're about to ride. He says, "This engineering is shit."
Oh, actually, wait a sec. Does it compare at all to the mechs?
This, oh no, it's exactly the same as all the Technofans.
Oh,
It's all shit.
it's all shit.
After 5
No.
days with Verite,
So you're waiting a second. So if you're saying that these are shit and these are, I mean, I don't know. I was pretty impressed with them.
So he's a real engineer now. Immediately starts
Yeah.
scrutinizing everything he
Yeah.
looks at. This is crap.
yeah, he's like, I could
What a
make
hunk of
it
junk.
better than this. But anyway, we got to go, right?
I'm gonna keep you to your word here. When we get back, when we get someplace, when we have a bit of downtime, I want to see you make it better than this.
Do you have a stick?
No.
Because that's the only way you're going to be able to keep Verite off anything that I start.
Oh,
So if you actually want to see me rebuild this, we need like a locked room and a stick and a guard.
yeah, toss them in there. Yeah.
Other than
Maybe-
that, I'm on it.
I don't know. The others have gotten a bit close with Fairtay, I'm assuming. So maybe they can speak to him. Maybe they can kind of hold him off. Because there needs to be room for you to work on your own and kind of build up your own skills. No offense to Fairtay, but like we don't want him to always come in and always take over your projects.
Oh no, there's no ill will about it. He just can't help
No,
himself.
of course there's no ill will. That I get that. There also needs to be room for you to grow.
I appreciate that. So you'll get a stick then.
I'll grab a stick.
Okay, cool. You heard the thing about the ears, right?
Yeah.
Don't. Yeah.
Don't twist it.
Yeah. There's only one seatbelt, and you're in it.
Do you want? I guess you hold on to me then. All
Oh,
right.
dream a little dream, and he slides his arms around.
Let's go.
And
And
yeah,
then
you.
we head off.
Yeah, it's steam, and it's a. Oh wow! I just realized what we're doing here. It's, I said wolf, so the feet therefore move and land in a straight line like wolves do, not like this, like every other dog in the universe that I should have said.
Mhm.
So that's going to make that ride sort of sinuously, weirdly smooth. But you go back the way you go, seeing this thing's going to be its best on the road. As much as it looks like a wolf, it's not a four-wheel drive object. This is flat surface. This is one of the many limits. Like Stefano's already going, yeah, it's got no travel distance, and he's making notes. He's also, once you get around the corner and partway down the valley, he looks back to make sure that nobody can see, and he pulls out his toolkit while he's sitting behind you with his feet tight wrapped around this thing, and starts unscrewing plates. Don't need that, fling. Don't need that one, fling.
Well, don't you want to do that when we stop so you can keep the material? We
Uh,
won't be finding material anywhere soon, so we might as well keep it just in case you need it for something.
well, this stuff is garbage.
Oh,
Verite could make a spaghetti cage that would do the work of this in way less than lunch.
okay. Sure. You're the expert here.
Give me a
I'll
second. I
keep
want to
going.
see if I can hit this cactus. And then chucks a piece and misses the cactus. Son of a bitch.
It's all about the wrist action.
I am not putting both my hands around your waist while you talk about wrist action. And
How old are you guys, Stefano?
I am of age.
Okay, just making sure.
Also, an unpaid Discord. Unpaid Discord.
Discord.
I looked over and saw this. I hadn't hit this earlier. I'm an unpaid intern. And you get back to the main road and kind of around the corner because it doesn't lean. Have you seen the current Robo Dogs, the ones that can now dance?
Yeah, I saw those.
They're not. This isn't that good. It doesn't bank into a corner. It doesn't move like an animal. It's just a quad walking machine, right? The banning begins.
Like
Yeah, the
ones from
Boston
10
Dynamic. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
amazing.
Like the ones from, like 15 years ago when they were first making it.
Yes, but eventually, I mean, it's still actually, strangely enough, it's fast. It's you're not sure if it's faster than the Orchid Mobile. You never really got going full bore in that. You were out of it so
No.
quick.
Yeah.
But it seems like you should be catching up, and it seems like you should be catching up, and it seems like you should be catching up. And by the end of the evening, when the sun's going down, they're still not in sight.
That's okay. So yeah, we keep going. It's like, well, I mean, even though we should be catching up, it makes sense. I mean, I think their car might be a bit faster than this, right? What were we clocking on that car? How much was it going?
It's hard to tell with all the up and down on this. It's like being on a ship sideways. It's kind of, yeah, I don't know. At least in the dark, I won't have to watch the horizon go up and down and up and down.
Is it
Uh,
raining by now?
Yeah, and yes, thank you. As he says it, he's basically pulling his. It couldn't get any worse. The first of the rain hits.
Well,
Oh, which means the whole machine, because this one's steam powered, is just steaming as you guys drive through the night. Oh, Ghost Rider without the flame. Shit.
so yeah, they should have quite a few on us, especially
All his
since-
clothes would be steam clean.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good. Wanna get like
Okay.
iron clothes.
Yes.
Yeah, they should be pretty far ahead, especially since we stopped for a bit.
Stanley Steam with the carpet cleaner. Couple hours later, way into the dark, the moon is now up in that gap that any road or trail opens up just for the lack of trees. It's finally up here. And as you crest the ridge, you are now looking down a switchback road down at a bridge at the bottom. But it's just the stump of a bridge. like just the stump, like just out to the, like a suspension bridge. They got the, and with the thingy in between, it's just that post and the bit that goes to shore, and then it's broken off right here.
All right, so as we get to like this thing,
There's
overlooking-
also-
it overlooks it, right?
There's also a small campfire, because you guys are camped right there, right at the base of the,
Yeah.
So there's a small obvious campfire down there.
And so I'll obviously slow down because
Mm-hmm.
that's what you should do in this situation.
Yes.
And then as I kind of slow down and look down, oh, there's I think they might have stopped for the night. I mean, it makes sense. It looks like the bridge is out. All right. I mean, I think that's them. Do you want to play it safe here?
No, my ass hurts. Can we go?
We're playing it safe. 1 second. And I'm gonna get off for a second. I'm gonna try to ruffle through my bag. I don't think I have actually binoculars on me.
It starts to move. You look up. Stefano has climbed into the saddle and is pushing both ears.
Stefano. And I'm gonna kind of grab on.
Get on. We're going.
God damn.
I need a thing. I need a play. That's what I need. I almost said a dexterity. Never mind what I almost said.
There is dexterity.
There is, but I need a. I almost said a roll is what I was gonna say. So yes, that is clubs. I need clubs. Yes. Now to play
Okay.
close to the game, one is all you need to keep a hold of the buggy. Beyond that, you could enhance your. You would probably want to do extension as the second one to do better than that and actually get back on with 2 successes.
Can I just
Do not dislocate your shoulder.
like
Mhm.
Yeah,
can I just let go and not get on?
absolutely. Yes, that's free. That is no play at all.
So I'm gonna do I'm gonna do the smart thing and just
Just
if he's
let
gonna
go.
get going. I'm not gonna try to like
Yeah.
get onto the thing.
So
I have it there, but I don't
yeah,
want to waste it.
perfect. So you said you were grabbing what when he took off?
I was gonna kind of grab his arm so you kind of get off.
Oh, I thought I meant what were you grabbing in the out of the
Oh, in the pack.
yeah.
I don't think I actually have any like binoculars per se.
You
but
do
I
not. That's what
have-
you were trying to grab.
Does the magic wolf have the telescopic vision?
No, it's just a ride. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't have abilities. It's just a big.
Yeah,
metal ride.
I don't really have much to like see that out, but I was just gonna
Yeah.
stop here and just kind of like move up a bit more and just kind of just make sure that it does there at least appear to be 4 figures there around the campfire.
So you're letting him go?
Yeah, I'm letting him go.
Okay, yeah. You hear tung 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 tung, starting to head down the hill.
Just go a bit slow.
Yeah. Tung 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 tung. You look down and there's sort of a in the fire away down there. A knot pops, right? And you see in a flash of light that there's 4 shadows, 4 shadows. Veritas there, yeah. 4 shadows radiating away from the campfire. There's also the weirdest. Oh wow! Now that you're paying it, I just saw it, so now you have to see it too. The
Foreshadowing.
the
Wrong.
orchard, yeah. The orchid car is lit by the fire and the moonlight. So on top it's silver, and on the bottom it's gold, and it's all flickering in the
Mhm.
darkness, sitting next. So there's no question who it is.
All right.
So now you have to walk.
Yeah, it's fine. It's not too far of a walk, is it?
You hear scream. You look down, and there's sparks at the first hairpin.
This is why I'm walking this.
Considering you're walking, you could just go sort of straight
Yeah,
rather than.
I think I will do that.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm asking this. There's no way. But if anybody has seen the Porsche ad from the 80s that just said, Porsche, there is no substitute, and showed that piece of German road, it's just a series of long sweeping switchbacks getting narrower and narrower going down the valley. This is that road.
I have actually seen that.
Yeah, okay.
I actually know which commercial you're talking about.
Funny aside,
Just-
the reason that their ads were so empty of content is they were not allowed to do comparative advertising. They could not use the phrases better than, faster than in their advertising. So anyway,
Do we down by the campfire hear the squealing?
because this is so far away, this one I'm going to make, if anybody wants to see it this early, you would have to make a play.
Oh no, I'm not trying. I'm just
Okay.
wondering if
Yeah, no.
So I guess
we
that brings up a
would.
good question for the three of you, and two of you have already answered it. Is anybody sort of on watch as the sun goes down? Or sort of popping back and up and down between the...
It's
Okay.
always me. It's always
Delilah, okay.
Delilah.
Okay, in that case, you hear a screech. You're out in the middle of nowhere. None of you have ever been out in the middle of nowhere before. Animal screeches and whatnot, you wouldn't have a clue. But this is metal on concrete. This is something you understand. This is something you know.
you heard it recently today.
From right now, I'm going to say you can't see the sparks because it's still way up the valley and there's several levels in between.
Okay.
But you do hear that indescribable scream.
Artemis is awake, though I don't know if she's a reliable person to be keeping watch at this time.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. I'm going to feed you the rest anyway because Coas, we're just going to basically keep you sort of one turn behind him. So you
Yeah.
see that off to your right, and then he makes it. Not bad. He hits the apex, goes out to the outside lane, touches the railing. There's actually you see sparks where he hits the metal railing. And then you see from here, you can see him lean back. It's a built-in safety mechanism of a vehicle where going backwards, where pulling backwards hits the brakes. It's the natural human reaction to go, whoa, shit. All 4 feet lock up and it starts to just skid and rotate. Now he starts dancing with the ears. And whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh,
It's
no.
90% of the time it's all locked up, but he's unlocking just enough to keep it straight. He's
Oh, he's actually good
past
at
in
that.
front of you. You see him. He's just barely keeping it on the road on the straightaway. There's another hairpin coming up. Now all 4 of you down there, because Verite is now looking too, see a row of sparks just go ding 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 down the road. Coming down the same road you guys came down. Artemis
Seems like it runs in the family.
yeah. Artemis, it might be coming down faster than you did. I'll let you decide whether that makes you jealous or not.
Well, because we're not expecting them for like at least a few days to be
Yes.
following behind.
Yeah,
so like
so
I don't think Artemis would be thinking that's them.
Yeah.
But I think she is concerned.
Perfect. I love
No.
this. Thank you for not
Sid's pretty
mitigating this
much-
at all.
I think Sid's pretty much convinced because you would think it.
No, I love.
Artemis almost got them killed. They're
I-
they're family. They're all the same.
I absolutely love this because now there's uncertainty, right? 2 of you are going like, what? And the other one's going, just relax, have a beer, eh? Definitely not Pete. Aha! I finally made a joke about that instead of being the joke. Ha ha! So, an action movie where one guy walks away from an explosion. Oh yeah, that's it, absolutely yes.
That feels like Coas, like
Yes,
walking.
we gotta have that's as close as near-death experiences are as close to a light moment as this game is going to get. I have accepted that. So, screech! Row of sparks coming down the hill. Sid says everything is okay. You guys are all beat to shit. Little tiny fire, middle of nowhere. First time ever out of the city, essentially ever. In your memorable histories, except other than the scrap, which kind of doesn't count.
Artemis would lean over to Delilah and be like, "Are there actual sparks or are those just my eyes?"
No, those are real.
That's
And Delilah's. Oh, sorry.
that's concerning again.
Yeah. And Delilah reverts to her old because she's like, if that's a technophant, there's maybe a likelihood that her former social clout could help her. So she kind of clicks open her med kit where her really fancy apron is.
I was just gonna say, do you reach for your apron? Oh, so that brings us to the next obvious question. Sid, there's no way that that's not them, but everybody's freaking out. What do you do?
Um, he slowly gets up. I think Sid would be so like rested against a tree
Mhm.
because you know
Yeah.
just
You were in
anything.
the car.
I was in the car.
But you
Yeah.
got out to talk to Verite, right? By the
Yeah.
flowers?
No,
Or
Verite
no,
got
you were
in.
in the car. So you and Verite are in the back of the car, pardon me.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I guess yeah, actually Sid
Retcon what you
wouldn't.
saw from the top of the hill, Coas.
Yeah, he wouldn't have seen it right away. So I think he would hear the screeching and turn around,
Yeah.
kind of like sort of. He wouldn't really turn. He'd kind of like do that stiff. I don't
Yeah.
want to move my ribs. Turn.
This is gonna hurt. I'll be
Um,
careful. Ah, it hurt anyway. Ah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know that pain at all.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like does the body shift,
yeah.
looks, and he kind of like leans back to Verite. It's like, what are the chances you think that's Coas?
I can't tell that from here. What I can tell from here is that they're not going to make that next corner.
Right. Yeah, it's a little too fast.
No, it's a lot too fast. A lot too fast. Way too fast.
We thought we went too fast.
Hey, I told him to go slow.
Do you say that? Because if
Yeah,
you do, then you turn over. Verite actually turns and looks over at the Fire Artemis and says, "There's varying degrees of too fast."
Yeah.
I caught that jab.
And he turns up
Um,
to like he's watching this. He's watching it with the inevitability of watching an ocean liner heading for a dock. Like there's no excitement. It's
Yeah.
just waiting to see what it looks like.
I think at this point Sid's kind of looking through the stuff for like rope. He's got his forge hammer with him. It's sitting on his hip at this point. And he kind of looks like Verite. He's like, well, whatever's going to happen, somebody's probably going to need a little help. And I don't see anybody else about to do it.
Verite looks up and says, it would take a genius. No, wait. It would take a goddamn genius to do the only thing I could think of. And as he says that, the number of sparks increases dramatically. Coas, back up on top of the hill, you watch the now rocket dog going past you. The weird part is Stefano is not trying to. You saw him before pulling on the ears, not just locked it up, but he was skidding. He sees the corner coming, and instead of trying to do anything, like you see him take out his toolkit and start cranking on nuts and bolts and shit. And just as he goes past you, you hear, "There's one good thing about shit engineering," and pieces start falling off. You see him.
I see what
It's-
he's doing.
You know the moment in every monster movie at the end where the little tiny dagger and a big giant dragon and they go ah. Pfft. It's the exact opposite of that. His hand comes away from it with a piece of equipment in it, and he ah, and like a comedy car, all four legs fall off. And the torso and the head just slam to the ground. He wraps his arms around the neck of this thing and says, "Now we're playing." And it goes into the corner and hits the curbing, that railing that he ticked on the one before, and just rides the curb all the way around. And is now on the next part heading down. He is slowing down because of all the friction. It looks like he's going to stop just before he gets to the next turn. Let's start with Coas, because you saw him and heard him. You know what happened. Then we're going to go down to the bottom to the people that didn't know what happened.
Goes like, yeah, sure, I guess. And he's just gonna keep walking. He's
As you
like,
get down to that
Yeah.
road and cross it and keep going down, you look along. There's nuts and bolts and pieces everywhere.
that's one way to do it.
There's, and you kind of say, yeah, the smell of burning metal stuff was skidding so hard here it actually got hot, right? The railing that he hit is all pushed over. It did exactly what it's supposed to do. It pushes over to about 45 degrees and just absorbs energy. And yeah, as you head down below. Now we cut down to below again. You guys see sudden increase of sparks, sparks go and starts coming back down. And then let's start this time with Sid, because Verite says, "Oh shit, he made it."
More surface area on the ground means slows down faster, the friction. That's not a bad idea at all.
That's a lot of sparks.
That's a lot of sparks.
I'll have to ask him what he did. That's got to be Stefano, right? He looks at you.
Well, considering it's not a ball of flames right now, probably.
And he kind of grins. He says, "And I don't sense any overwhelming sense of guilt, so I don't think Coes is there."
Sid puts his hand to his mouth, just,
Or are you choking? Are you okay? Sorry.
no, I'm good. Some things are funny you're not supposed to laugh at. Doesn't mean they're still not funny.
I don't get
From the
humor
ground,
at all.
there's a good one.
And this makes it worse, right? He was just saying, "I don't understand humor," and then somebody over there said they liked it, but that I don't understand humor at all. And he looks up. Oh, look, it stopped, and you guys see. Coes, you're closest. Oh, sorry, we didn't get the other two. Yeah, Artemis, we cut down to you with the go. So that's when the camera cuts down
She
to the two of
actually
you
does
sitting by the
not
fire.
see it slow down, because I imagine at this point, between the light of the fire, the light
Yeah.
of the sparks, and the sound,
Oh yeah.
she's not currently looking. She's got her like forehead against her knees,
Yeah.
and she's just like, "Ow." No. And then it says "good one" to Verite,
Yeah.
while still not looking up.
Yeah.
She's like, "Mm-mm,
Yeah. Delilah.
Lila looks around. She just kind of makes sure that everyone is settled, and then she takes some steps away to sort of get away from the night blindness of the fire and
Yep.
try to see what's coming better, and just like, because she's like, this could be like, if it's a technophant, it's a weird technophant, but she's never seen a technophant.
Yep.
So she wants to, make sure
See.
it is or is not what she thinks it might be.
Yeah, so you're getting out there and doing the eyes around the hands around the eyes, block out all the light, wait till your eyes adjust thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it takes a couple minutes. It's okay, we need a break from all the action.
Shit.
Oop.
Jesus.
It's back. I don't know what happened there. Your hamster stopped cranking the wheel for a minute.
Let's see.
Apparently, you
My-
cannot
my
lean
desk
back.
reactivated itself.
Oh wow.
I have one of those like raisy lowery
Oh okay.
desks,
Oh.
Yep. Okay. Yeah.
and I hit the
Oh.
button because it's a conductive
Yep.
button,
have-
and then it went, ugh,
I have desk envy now.
scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. So yes, you want to see what it is. You get out there and put your hands up and look up. Sitting on the highway, sort of illuminated by the red rim at the bottom of the heat. I know it doesn't get that hot, but it does because this is a graphic novel, or at least it's a movie. So lit by the line where it's sitting on the pavement, the broken old pavement, looks for all the world, because if you think it's a ground down body, a neck, and a head with ears on it, looks for all the world like a Viking longship without a mast. And standing on the back of it, there's just ever so lightly lit by the moon, is a figure.
I knew it. I would have done exactly the same thing.
Delilah's like, okay, well, that's not Coes, so it's got to be Stefano.
All across the valley, the
She-
phrase rings out: unpaid, paid, paid, intern, turn.
Okay, that's Stefano. And she heads back to the camp and puts her apron back in the med kit, but also keeps the med kit open because if somebody's hurt, they're gonna need patching up.
Yep. Course, but I'm assuming you go. It stopped more or less in front of you. You go down to it. As you get down there, he jumps off the back. He's being just cool as right, but when he jumps down, he kind of stumbles and his hand goes against. Oh shit! So he's trying to be cool, but he just burned his hand. It's I'm not even going to pretend I meant to do that.
He's gonna walk past and just puts a hand on his shoulder. Nice one. You got rid of our transportation.
Shit engineering. The Orchid Mobile is way better. This was shit. I was embarrassed to take this to them. Ow! And he shows you a row of blisters across the palm of his
Do I
hand.
see the Orchid Mobile?
Yeah, you can see it down there again. Like it's doing this weird silver and gold thing between the fire and the moonlight.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
His eyes are like, like this, right? There is no question that that was all intentional.
Definitely not.
And
Like he's wearing his brown pants kind of
Well,
thing.
when he turns around to walk away, and the shock hits, and you can see his legs just kind of go rubbery and numb, and he just kind of blah, 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 and falls down. Like has to take a knee and put one hand down on the pavement. But you're going downhill, so by having to take a knee and put one hand down, he's almost done a header. I'm gonna stay here for a minute. Oh, that was dumb.
You could have done dumber.
Yeah, it could have been dumber.
Any landing you can walk away from.
So, I guess we're walking the rest of the way, huh?
No shit, Sherlock.
Or it's not that we're not down to you guys yet. It's just him and Koas.
So yeah, Koas kind of walks up to the rest of the group.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You guys just
Yeah.
walk down the hill in complete silence, and he's just
Yeah. I'm just
I
gonna-
can see Kois just walking
Just
away.
walk past.
That's it. That's it.
yeah,
I'm just gonna just
Quick pat on the back as he passes.
yeah. Every once in a while behind you, Koas, as you're walking down, you hear, "I don't care what anybody says. I'm a fucking legend."
anyways. Hey guys. Hello.
We're all beat to shit.
You're back at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean a bit early. You guys are taking camp here? Well, I assume because you can't get past the bridge. Did we find any other roads? Like,
About the bridge.
Yeah, no. We didn't really have time to find another way. Sid, do you want to tell Kois what happened? Or
Well, to
Wait,
be honest,
Wait,
Karis,
seriously? Stefano stops you guys. That is not what we're going to talk about?
no.
Well-
Well,
not right now.
Sid sort of
There's-
looks back. Sid sort of looks back to the bridge. Looks to
Stefano walks
Stefano.
over and sits down by the fire.
So, at least you were smart enough to stop. He said.
Yeah,
he says,
I
that,
mean,
to, he says that to Stefano.
I told Stefano to go down slow down there. That's why I wanted to get off too.
Should have told your sister that. That would have been
Actually,
great
you know what?
advice.
No, let's have Artemis tell him. Let
Hmm.
Artemis, tell your brother what you did.
Okay, but you guys need to speak quieter. All right?
Sorry, tell your brother what you did.
I was fucking stupid. Is that what you want me to say?
What happened? I mean, everyone looks fine. The car looks fine. What happened?
Stupider
Harry.
than.
Stefano, shut up.
Okay.
Like Stefano, like I said, Stefano was smart enough to stop.
I
Halfway down.
stopped.
Stefano's got his water jug. He goes to take a drink, and it's just.
I stopped. The
You-
bridge is the one that was too short.
Did you see the bridge beforehand?
I was not seeing a whole lot. to be fair.
Oh, then, I mean, everyone seems all right.
As Sid's still like he's got his arm in a fucking like sling.
No.
Delilah's okay. You know,
they're
Yeah, let's
all-
describe everybody.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, let's describe
You know
it.
Yeah,
that
let's
please.
actually, because I think
SpongeBob
you're
meme?
all damaged. So yeah, let's. This is a
Mhm.
perfect moment sitting around the campfire.
you know that SpongeBob meme where he keeps like pointing to all the diapers that have been building up.
Yeah.
Delilah's like, "Hmm."
Yeah. The Orchid Mobile has more than its fair share of scuffs after
Ah.
we snow runnered it back onto the bridge.
It's
Um,
not bent. It stayed intact, but yeah, it is looking
It's-
rough.
Yeah. Sid is probably his tank top is soaked in sweat. Although you probably wouldn't be able to see that now that the rains.
Yeah,
It's
the
rain,
rain.
plus,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
wet.
you're all
Yeah,
soaked.
so he's soaked, but
Sorry,
his
Delilah
arms
cried.
in
I
a,
had to make it rain.
his arms in a sling.
Oh wait,
he's probably
I have something for you, Kevin.
and he's probably covered and he's covered in
Put it in the
dirt
jar
and
with the
stuff.
others.
Well, you know what this is, right?
That's a whole bunch of those. Yeah.
It's a bouquet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sid's covered in crap. His-
Yeah, his shoulders.
his
You've been
mustache is all,
treated,
like,
right? So
foofy.
yeah, you got, but it's a broken. It's like a shoulder. So yeah, it's just
Dislocated
that's
shoulder,
sling.
yeah.
That's all you can do,
Yeah.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been put back, but you're slung. Yeah. So physically, what else is physically busted on, or is the rest of it just the pain in your eyes?
Yeah, Artemis basically she's
Yeah.
like looking up every now and then, but not actually like she is sitting like very hunched over and kind of farther away from the fire than others because like she's in pain. Like you can't see how unfocused her eyes are in the dark. So yeah, she's not
Yeah.
physically showing any like injuries aside from just her
Although-
demeanor.
I would say if anybody knows what you look like in pain, even though you hardly ever talk to each other, you are still family.
Mhm.
If anybody would know that this means you're in deep pain, it would be Koas.
Hmm.
And Delilah,
then- Delilah does not look physically hurt. She seems to be the most put together of everyone. But it feels shaky. Like it feels unstable to Koas, but
Uh-huh.
Koas can't
Mhm.
figure out why or when it might fall apart.
Wait, so what's the exact turn of events here?
Artemis chose to go down the road rather quickly, and through various events that I was later to find out, the bridge came up to meet us quicker than anticipated, and we barely didn't fall to our deaths. And in the process of saving our lives, Sid dislocated his shoulder and cracked a few ribs. Artemis still has a pounding headache, and I mean, I broke my toe, but I'll be
Goes
fine.
kind of walk around to the fire as she's speaking, kind of like towards Artemis, and kind of kneel down a bit and kind of put a hand on her shoulder, and just be like, "Well, I mean, everyone's still up, everyone's still alive. The car seems to be still intact. Sure, there's injuries here, but I mean, has anyone else here ever driven that thing? Does anyone know how to drive this thing properly?"
Connor raises his hand.
Delilah forgot the
Stefano
part where she
himself just
saved.
made the same mistake with this thing. And well, I get it. It was a mistake. It's
Stefano was riding a giant hobby horse.
right.
It was stupid, Koas. Just admit it.
It was a bit stupid to go down fast, but like you said, you had a hard time seeing out the bridge, no? Seeing that the bridge was out.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah. So you couldn't have seen this coming. Well, it was a stupid mistake. Everyone's still up. Everyone's still alive here. Thank you, Sid.
We're
I
all
think we
still
leave it
alive
at that.
because of Stefano.
Because of Stefano.
Because of me. And
Because
like
of
the
him.
shakes are really setting in now. He's starting to. It's like the shock is wearing off, and he's replaying the incident and how close and yeah, what he had to. He's just blah, 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 blah. It's pouring rain. His water bottle's still almost empty. Yeah.
So Isla's gonna grab some like a mild sedative from her
Liquor.
Needs a
med
shock
bag.
blanket.
Yeah.
Liquor works too.
Yeah.
Liquor, shock blanket, sedative, whatever.
Yeah.
Just get up and go deliver them to Stefano. Very like not motherly, but that
Yep.
triage a little bit.
Oh yeah. You know the blanket, the silvery blankets that they put on him after marathons. That's one of the shock things that they do. Right, you hand it to him and he wraps it around himself, and as he pulls it in, you hear the as he's shaking so bad. He's what do you mean? What do you mean me? And you're the one that taught me about building tougher than it had to be built. If I hadn't built stronger than it needed to be built, it all would have fallen apart and we all would have died. You wouldn't even see us from where we fell. I got a really good look over the edge. Stefano's, I don't. Oh. And you could. It's like watching the clock. The spring run down on a clockwork toy, right? He's just sort of. So Verite says, I don't get this much, but I think it balances out. Yep. I think it balances out.
Well, I guess we've got Stefano to thank. Because I probably wouldn't have been able to get that bloody thing off the precipice if it wasn't built right. It wasn't built safe.
When we get to Venice, remind me to buy you a piece of cake. That didn't come out right. I meant that as like a genuine gesture, but it came out sarcastic.
It was a genuine gesture, and I will hold you to it. I like cake.
Oh, I meant that was to Stefano.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, sorry, I was saying that in.
I'll buy
Out
you
of-
cake, Verite.
I'm also like cake.
I will buy everyone cake. It is okay.
Stefano's just grinning. That he kind of stopped. The last little bit of the stress comes out. And Verite looks over at him, and you can see in his eyes that was intentional. He just poked Stefano in his button every bit as much as you've seen Stefano poking him in his. So he's learning.
He's learning to
Just
be
like God goes. And then just like, okay. Is anyone going to be able to sleep tonight? It's
I
a
will.
solid no for me.
I can get some sleep, but if you guys want to try, I can keep watch.
Curse, I'd actually like to talk to you for
Sure.
a bit.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, it's night. I'm going to sleep. Bye. And he just grabs his bag, lays down on the grass, gone.
And he'll just kind of kneel down. I start like kind of get face up, just wait.
Yeah. Delilah's actually, while she's talking to you, she is going to take out some like med supplies and just start like patching you up because you haven't tried to help yourself since Florence.
Sure.
So sort of off to the side privately as they're doing that, she goes, whatever you said, to your sister. I don't know if it was good, but it wasn't bad. I think she definitely thinks that she is at fault for things that I can't even comprehend. I'm so sorry about your brother. Artemis needs help that I don't think I can give her. But I've seen you talk to her. And I've seen you shut down her self-deprecation. And I think she needs that. Not shut down is a bit aggressive, but
There. I know what you mean. I'll yeah, I guess I'll speak to her. It's just a weird situation that's going on right now.
it's not even speaking to her once or twice. Just keep talking to her.
Yeah, that's yeah.
And I'm not saying this because I think you're a bad brother either. I think that you two help each
That's
other.
debatable.
See, stop it. Stop it right there.
It was a joke. It was a joke. I'm kidding. I'm yeah. It's
Listen,
didn't come off as well.
No, hey, sorry. We're all a bit tense. I get it. Humor is a bit lost on me right now. Can I actually question for you? I guess I'll be asking everyone this because
I love questions. Yeah, go for it.
Artemis has mentioned that there was sort of some strife in your family post incident. Can I ask what it was like before then?
Say before that, it wasn't like we were like a huge happy family, but we were on a relatively positive note. I'm probably not the best one to be speaking here. Even before that, the twins were kind of the main focus. You know,
But do you think that, sorry if I don't mean to call you out, but do you think that you were, let's call it, not the favorite?
yeah, I don't mind. Yeah, I wasn't, but it's I kind of grew up. I kind of grew up with that fact, and I accepted it. You know, it's fine. I mean, I get it. And at the time, Apollo was doing great. Already was on track. I was kind of out of it for a bit. But even then, the relations were still great, especially between the parents and us. And I
good.
held no, and I still don't, ill strife towards the twins for like their kind of higher perception in
It's
the
never the
parents'
child's
eyes.
fault when parents play favorites.
Exactly, and I knew that.
Never anyone's fault when people play favorites. You can't
Yeah.
be like, "Hey, make me your favorite."
No, but no, I embraced that fact, and things were good. Things were good. But
Not that I think you need consolation, but if it helps, being a favorite is not necessarily the greatest either.
I could see that. A lot of pressure, a lot of expectations. That was the great thing about kind of being on the sidelines was not a lot of expectations for me. So
I would
I
argue
never
you,
felt like I disappointed in any.
I would argue you may have had the better. Chris
Better
can't think
upbringing.
of the word. The better path up presented to you.
And he looks over to Artemis, kind of where she's sitting. I'm starting to think that too. You know, the pressure kind of I feel maybe got to Apollo, or maybe I don't know. And I knew, I mean, I already had some differing opinions on where the parents wanted to her path. So they had a lot more. They had a bit more tension with the parents than I did. And everything. Then once the death of Apollo came about, I was already distant already. I just kind of
Understandably,
yeah.
This is. I respect all of you for what you did. Artemis for following her passion to be an artist. Apollo for standing up to, you know, the Citadel essentially and doing what he thought was right. You for persevering through all of it. I never did any of that.
Like where you are now. I mean, the way
Yeah,
I
look,
see it.
look where I am now. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make this about me.
No,
There's a lot of
that's just the
things
natural progression of the conversation.
going on.
Right. We're focusing a lot on me. We're focusing a lot about my family. Of course, there's always going to be that kind of link back to your perspective on things and a link back to you. And I've got to say, I think you're doing a great job here. I think.
That's because that's what I'm supposed to do. I'm supposed to do a great job.
Let me rephrase this.
No, you got it right.
I think you're doing a great job, not because that's what you're supposed to do, but that's because I feel like it's
She's gonna just like put a finger up to Coas.
yeah. I was digging myself a grave there.
No, don't.
Sorry.
Look,
I just wanted to just say that
it's okay. Don't say anything else.
yeah, shut up.
No, it's not. No, it's not you. It's I don't know. There's a lot going on, and people are calling me a hero, and did you find Thomas?
Yeah, we found Thomas. Like I kind of suspected, didn't need saving. We ended up sending him to Fatima though.
Oh.
And
Oh, he'll give her a run for her money.
especially with all the technophants he has in his control. Yep.
Technophants.
Yeah, he found a
Technophants.
he stole a technophant. He found a base full of technophants. And now he's
Nope, sorry. He stole every single one of those.
well, he
Even
stole every single
yes,
He found an empty mech bay and filled it with shit he stole.
Yes.
Oh,
He stole them one at a time, and specifically, if they put a defense mechanism on it, those are the ones he stole.
I missed
So
that.
yeah, so I didn't want to jump in, and I haven't said a word in like a half an hour. This is fucking awesome, but I do need to correct that. So go.
I was under the impression that
No.
he like there's
Oh,
a
no,
base
no,
there
no,
full
no.
of technofans.
He,
Oh wow.
he stole 25 technofants from 25 technofant drivers
Jesus.
who were 24 of them were on the lookout for him.
Coach is still gonna say, yeah, he found a base full of technofans.
The lengths
Oh,
he goes to
God.
cover for this kid. I love it.
Yeah, and so now he's bringing them all to Fatima. Kind of think I set him on the path towards helping and rebuilding, and maybe and doing some good. I don't know. Kid shit is hard. I don't know how people are ever parents.
So Delilah is like finishing up wrapping like the last like sprain.
Do I
Or
heal
whatever.
anything?
Yes.
Yeah, what
I have one
what
in
traumas you
flesh.
got? You one in flesh, take it. Or oh wait, take it away. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
And
Say good
she good day to you, sir. She's quiet for like a moment, and it feels like a long moment, but it's probably not that long. Just kind of like looking at the bandage, and then she looks up at you. She's like, "Oh, this might be stupid. Do you think now that Apollo's mystery has been solved, do you think you could do one more case?"
Yeah. Yeah, I guess the real motivation there is kind of finished, but I still do enjoy solving puzzles and figuring shit out. So yeah, I'll take another.
You're the best person I know for this, and that's not an exaggeration. You remember Inceptum, right?
Yeah, of course I remember him, Septum.
The night
Dude.
before before everything exploded, he told me something horrible, and I haven't been able to stop thinking about it. I know he knew what my end game was. He gave me what I wanted, but I want to know how deep this goes. I need you to look into the Citadel. And I know it's destroyed, but maybe there are veins that run deeper or something. What I'm getting at... Oh, God. Oh, fuck. They kidnap children. And she says that
Citadel?
like maybe a little too loud.
Yeah.
The Citadel?
Yes. They kidnapped me.
Did adjust his hat. It looked like he had been sleeping up to this
Mhm.
point. But he adjusts his hat so he can now sort of like, it looks like he's paying
Oh.
attention now.
And Artemis knew this because Delilah had told her at the mansion, at least the stealing kids part.
Oh,
Yeah, I think
I-
she told you that they steal kids, but not that they stole her.
Not necessarily specifically, yeah.
Yeah.
wow. I'm sorry to hear that you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't really know how to deliver
Do you-
that
Do
in
you
any sort of not...
do you know any information about
way.
your birth parents?
Yeah, what was it? Mum's in Venice, dad's in Rome.
Yes.
Mum's in Venice, dad's in Rome. And she takes the business card that when she has idle time, she kind of like flips it through her fingers. It's a little worn and bended now.
Yeah.
Bent. And she hands it Venice address up to Coas. I'm gonna need that back, but
Keep it in my notes, and I'll give it back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you want me to help you find them? Is that what you're asking here?
I want to know where to find them. I want to know why. I want to know how. I want to know who. I want to know every bastard that did this and how many kids like me are out there who don't know their parents, who were taught to do horrible things with no question, and whose lives were just stolen and used, whose minds were usurped, and God, that was practically a cult.
I'll help you with this.
If there's anything I can do, please
I do
let me
have to
know.
say this. In getting answers about this, there might be some truths that are very uncomfortable. Especially in this line of work, especially with this type of case here. I'm just gonna preface this by saying this, and I want to let you know that you probably won't like some of the answers you find. I'm still gonna tell you them if you wish. But some of these are gonna be hard to hear.
Yeah. I
And there's always
greatly suspect that.
there's always the possibility here that your birth parents willingly gave you up.
Well, I don't know what's worse. Inceptum said taken, but I can't. I'm sorry, I can't. And she stands up and she walks further out into the darkness.
And it's gotta kind of raise a hand and
Yeah. And I presume you're probably going to head over to Artemis at some point then? Okay.
Yeah.
I want to quickly interrupt. 3 quick things. 1, I tried so hard to lighten this episode up.
You know, there's so much unresolved shit we need to get through.
that was mostly
never
a
gonna
joke.
happen.
2, call out to the two of you, Chris and Phil, the timing, especially in the first part of that, the bang, 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 bang stuff. That's hard to do. That is incredibly difficult to do on Zoom with the lag. So, bravo to both of you. Now, before we're going to talk about it some more, but later. But for now, I want to quickly interrupt with a quick scene because Sid, you hear bits and pieces and parts of that. And are you still in the Orchid Mobile? I think you and Verite got out, didn't you?
Yeah, we did get out when things started getting a little rowdy.
Right.
But I think he would have now that everybody's here.
Yeah.
I think he would have leaned up against a tree and used that as a place to sleep.
Yeah.
So he's kind of he's within earshot of everybody, but being Sid, he's hermiting.
Perfect. As you're sort of leaning up against that tree, you probably pull the cap back down now that everything is okay again. You smell / hear / feel Stefano crash beside you on his ass. Just I say smell because he's drunk. He's shit-faced. He's probably only had 2 drinks, but after the day he's had, he's just
the adrenaline.
Yeah.
Hasn't eaten much.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And he's just kind of wobbling and looking at you. He says, the funny part is, Verite says I saved their lives, but he saved mine today too.
What's that?
I was riding the big metal puppy, wee, down the hill. Totally in control, by the way.
Of course,
Totally in fucking control.
just like Artemis was.
Hey,
Yeah.
that's not fair. Nobody almost died when I did it. Anyway,
That's fair.
I was just doing the thing, and I saw the corner coming, and I thought, that's it. I'm all over. I'm going to die as an unpaid intern. I told you I'm an unpaid intern, right? That joke's
Many
not wearing
times.
thin, is it?
No, it's still funny.
Sometimes
You're
I
good.
wonder, but I looked down. I got no chance for nothing, and then I saw the whole thing like Verite would see it. Like I saw it all as one thing. I broke 2 bolts. It might as well have been its neck and his back.
That's when everything got big, right? It got loud, right?
That's when everything got flat.
Yeah.
All 4 legs caved at the same time. We slammed on the ground so hard my head came forward and biffed the back of that wolf's head so hard I'm surprised I don't have Flow written on my head. That's wolf backwards.
For thinking on your part.
I just broke 2 bolts. And he stops and has another drink. Like he does not need it. He has another drink, and it takes him 3 times to put the thing on the ground. Like it's not even a table he's missing. He's missing the ground several times. Finally puts that. Probably had enough of that. You ever felt your brain get way bigger than it was ever before in your whole life ever?
Yeah, the first time I met that little bastard too.
You should try it from inside his brain. It's freaky. It's so big it echoes in there. And he falls on your shoulder and passes out.
Sid just sort of adjusts him a little bit,
Yeah.
so it's more comfortable, and he's not going to wake up with a shoulder dent
Yeah,
in his temple.
yeah.
He sits there, he's in the pain. He hasn't seen a ghost in hours,
Yes.
which is he only just now kind of thinks about it.
Fire's crackling away.
He kind of starts to stare at it.
There's clouds and the moon and the stars and the river bubbling away down at the bottom of the valley. I keep wanting to add animal noises, but nope. Not here.
For some reason, I picture Sid and Artemis kind of like across from each other,
Yep.
kind of at a
Yep.
distance.
Yep, at that weird lit thing where half
Yeah.
of your face is here and half of your face
Mhm.
isn't. Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
yeah.
And I think Sid kind of now this is character bleed from the other way around, because I cannot not watch fires when it's
Yep.
campfire. Like
Yeah.
I just that my eyes just gravitate.
Oh yeah.
And so Sid's doing the same thing, and he kind of catches Artemis's face every once in a while.
Yeah. Yeah. Every time that blaze goes down, it's like there they are, and then back up again.
Mhm.
Yeah. And that seems like a good spot to have Coas walk in. I almost said walk in on Artemis, but that doesn't sound right. Walk in and sit down next to Artemis.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure that everybody got their scenes done before this one, because
Just gonna, yeah. So he's gonna stop by. I guess on how you doing, Artie? Not so good, I'm
Uh,
assuming.
I've been better.
Listen, I know I wasn't there, but genuinely, I know it was probably a stupid mistake.
No, it was a stupid mistake. Not probably.
Right. However, you got to keep in mind the scenario that you are in. You're driving this thing, which you've never driven before. And I assume you were. It's still pretty stressful, and with the lack of visibility there, all I'm saying is take responsibility, but also you gotta learn that it's sometimes shit happens, and it's okay. It's all right. Everyone, everyone's still up. The car is only scratched a tiny bit. It's okay.
How are you so calm about this?
I I make mistakes all the time too.
I almost chewed your ass out when you tried to leave to go see Thomas about leaving alone and doing something stupid. And then I went and did something stupider that got almost all of us except you and Stefano killed. And you're still sitting here trying to explain it.
I mean, yeah, because like it's I do stupid shit all the time, and I guess I'm just used to me doing stupid shit, and it's just something that's come to be expected from me. However, it's I'm starting to learn that it's a bit hard for me to constantly blame myself, if you will, about the shit that I do. Um, I'm I'm down on myself a lot, and I don't want you to also pick up on that.
It runs in the family.
I know it definitely does, but I don't know. It's stupid, but when you do it, it's I know it's you didn't do the stupid shit entirely because you're stupid, because you're not stupid like I am. I'm not. I know I have shit the self-deprecating thing. But you get what I mean here.
Look, I didn't mean for it to be as bad as it was, but
Exactly.
but I wasn't being careful. And I know that. And I did it anyway.
Mhm.
That's stupid to a degree
That
that
is.
you don't usually reach.
Yeah.
You usually have good intentions. Mine was
Yep.
stupid.
Keep in mind here, in these types of situations, I've been trained. I've been kind of trained is the best word for it. I've been trained to be careful. I'm trained to take, at least in the things that matter, I'm trained to take a step back and try to approach things from a kind of distance and attempt to go things slowly. I sometimes let myself kind of get carried away sometimes, and I don't quite follow those steps. But you were not, you weren't raised the way, you weren't trained the same way as I have, and so it makes sense that you're not careful sometimes, right? This is going the way I think. Shit. What I'm trying to say here is that you made a mistake. Now you learn from it. Everyone's okay. We all survived. Done. Done. Right?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Lois, when will you stop treating me like I'm one of your cases?
I'm not treating you like one of our cases. I'm giving you. Hold on.
You just said you were trained to treat these kinds of situations, i.e.,
Yeah.
your cases, with a level-headedness.
Exactly.
I'm not one of your cases, Coas.
I that wasn't what I was saying though. I was saying what these types of situations, as in like what just happened with Stefano. I got off the thing because I knew it would probably be a bit too fast to go down there. Stefano, also not being trained like me, went super fast down the thing. He made the same exact mistake you did.
No, he didn't.
How? How is
I'm
what you did any different than what he did?
I put other people in danger because I'm a mess. I'm emotionally, mentally a mess, and I could have killed people, Coas. If it hadn't been for Sid and Delilah, we all would have been dead. Do you not have any reaction to that?
And are you certain here that it's only you that would have ever made that mistake? That Sid or
And
Delilah in the driver's seat wouldn't have made the same mistake?
yes, actually. Yes. They would have at least gone slower or tried to. They would have maybe recognized that they were not physically capable of actually seeing the road and not decided, I'll just do it anyway.
I don't know.
You have no reaction to anything. I tell you about Apollo and you act like it's your fault. And then this happens and you act like, oh, anyone could have done this.
I, I, I don't know. I don't know what, what, I don't know what you want from me here. Okay?
Emotion. I know I'm shit at showing my emotions, okay? I get it. It must be a family thing or something. Maybe we're just too stunted. Something other than the militia man Coas.
All I have here is that I'm happy that you're okay. I'm happy that everyone's okay.
I'm not okay, Coas.
No, I mean, you know exactly what I meant with that.
I know
I'm
what
happy
you
that you're
mean.
okay. That you guys did not die. I'm ecstatic at that.
I know. I know.
And I'm just trying to help you see that it's not always just so black and white, that you're such a terrible person, that you are fucking up everything. Because you're not. You're not fucking up everything.
In this instance, I did.
This instance, you made a mistake.
A
And you
really
fucked up.
big mistake. Yes.
Right. The weight of it is high. But you learn from these things. And everyone makes mistakes. And you are not a total fuck up just because you made this mistake. You're not. This isn't a sign that you're some irredeemable fuck up. Because, I mean, look where you are now. Look where we are now. Look what we've done with the mansion. This was also all part of what you've done.
No.
Yes. We are. We have Verite in our midst, and we are close to saving the world here.
Why do I feel like you've switched topics?
I'm trying to get you to see that you're not a fucker.
Are you saying this to me or are you saying this to yourself?
I'm saying this to, I guess, the both of us. Because if there's no hope for you, and if you're a complete fuck up, then what does that make? I guess that's what I'm. I guess maybe that's what I'm scared of. It's that I'm not as you're right, I'm not as emotionally available. And I apologize for that. But I can't just magically start to show my emotions. I can't just flip a switch and suddenly be expressive.
I know. I'm not saying that. I'm saying try.
Yeah. I'll try right now by saying that I'm not disappointed. I'm not mad at you. I genuinely am just really happy that you're alive and you're here with me. You keep me going. You do. So thank you.
Don't thank me for that.
I am going to though.
Don't. No, you can feel any of those things you want. But you also should be mad at me. You should be upset with me. You should be upset that I didn't tell you about Apollo. You should be upset that I actively put myself at risk, not just in this instance, but in everyday life. Going to the scrap. I wanted to be an artist, not a technosopher. Why do you think I went into that line? You can feel any of those other things, but you also should be upset with me.
I guess I feel like I can't be.
Why?
I feel like I'm. It, because you're the last.
Because I'm almost Apollo.
No. Because you genuinely you genuinely care for me, and you never give up on me, and I guess I feel like I can't I don't want to, or I don't know, I feel like it's wrong for me to be upset at you, especially with so much you've done for me.
So you just choose not to.
More
You
like
choose not to have an emotion.
well, it's not that I don't have it.
Exactly.
I suppress it.
Yeah.
Verite sits up and says, "Somebody's watching us. Look." And he points across the river, and there's a fire. 2 or 3 fires. At least a dozen or 2 dozen people. Sit off your shoulder when he starts to talk. Stefano goes, oh, I see a double because there's one over there. And he points on your side of the river, downriver, and one over there, and points upriver on your side. And he is not seeing double. There's one campfire upstream of you, one campfire downstream of you on your side, and across from you, directly across from you at the other end of the bridge, there's a group of campfires. Across the bridge, as he says this, and you kind of snap out of what was going on, you hear it's party noises from across the river. It's like a bunch of people and having, getting drunk and eating lots of food, and there's tents set up all over the place. You notice now. We're gonna say the moon came up from behind a cloud to reveal this, but the camps up and down from you, the 2 campfires there are quiet, small. You can't hear anything. You can just see these little fires set down close to the river, but they're definitely on both sides of you. Yep.
Are they far away enough that we wouldn't have did these people come while it was dark? Like, how did we not see them set up?
The ones at the other end of the bridge, we're gonna say got there earlier on, and it's just as it's gotten dark. I just said it's kind of a wall of ash is blown away, so you've seen it far enough across the valley for that one. The ones on your side, those 2 fires just started, just as you can see as Stefano's looking back and forth. They're still popping as they get started. So those 2 are brand new.
I mean, Donna certainly doesn't notice that, but
There was a wall of ash. It said on it, "Hidden behind this wall there be things." But I want to see the end of this scene first.
as we see this, do we see this now or?
Yep. He's pointed
we
it
see
out to you. Yeah.
We should probably continue this another time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Don't.
I'm not the. Okay, yeah.
Don't be sorry.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. I said what I said. Yeah. There we go. Right. We should probably get going. That's not good. Okay. We should probably close up a fire, and he's gonna go and kind of put out our fire. He's just gonna leave. He's gonna leave the conversation.
Walk away.
Artemis
he's
doesn't
gonna-
move.
Yeah.
He's gonna kick dust into the fire and kind of snuff it out.
Real quick interruption again.
Yeah.
I interrupted that kind of on purpose because I love the unresolved tension. I don't want answers right now. I want them later. So we're gonna leave that hanging there. That's on me. I hope nobody feels like there was
That's
stuff.
fine.
Well, I hope
That's-
everybody does have something left unsaid. But I hope you're okay with that for now because this is
Yeah,
great.
I'm great with that.
All right.
Mhm.
So you guys see Koas kicking dirt on the fire and trying to put the fire out. Verite looks at you and says, "They already know we're here."
Right, but if I don't know we don't know what these guys' intentions are. Do you?
No, it would take hours to get from there to here. He points across.
What about the
river.
ones? What about the ones down there?
Well, those ones don't matter because it doesn't matter which way we go.
Does Artemis has her, what was it? Something rifle.
Yeah.
Can't remember exactly what it is. Would it have a site on it
Sure.
that she could use
Yes.
as a way to look see?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because this makes it perfect. I'm going to let you see all 3 camps because this is a beautiful opportunity for a multiple pointed cliffhanger. This is a tridential cliffhanger, which I'm trying not to do right at the camera because it looks really rude. So I take one of those and add one of those, and that just makes it one of those. And yeah, okay. Which one do you want to look at first?
She'll look at the one that's like upriver
'Kay.
of them on their side.
Absolutely easy. You kind of scan down because they're down at the water's edge. You scan down, you see a small campfire, 1 tent, and there's about 4 people. All appear to be adults, all dressed in earth tones, lots of greens and browns. They seem to be making tea or something. They're boiling water over a fire.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Every once in a while, they kind of look up at you and look across the river at the other fire. Not like at you, but at where the fire was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then she'll look at the one going downriver of us.
It's almost a double take. It's almost like Stefano said. It's almost double vision. There's another
Mhm.
fire, another single tent, and 4 more adults dressed in earth tones.
Do they? I'm trying to think of how to word this question.
You can share with the others, and that way you guys can all ask me
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah. Before that, she'll look across the river.
Across the river is completely different. That's a
Mhm.
military camp over there.
Okay.
They are riding around wearing chain mail. They're wearing tabards, bright white with no logos on the front, shields all painted white. They're sparring with wooden swords. They're getting shit faced. They're eating turducken. You know, they're just
Any sign of like mech,
no.
steam, anything?
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
All heavily armored foot soldiers.
Okay. And then I thought of my question.
Yeah.
For the 2 that are on either side of us,
Mhm.
she's used to seeing people who are like the scrappers in the scrap who are
Yep.
like there to like because they're trying to gain an advantage.
Yep.
Does that seem like what this is, or does it seem like they are just there?
Excellent question. Did you go into the port? Were you there that
No.
day with these guys? No. Okay.
Nope.
So if you explain to the others what you're seeing,
Yeah, she
and
will.
if you let them take turns looking through the scope, the other 3 of you might recognize this more readily. There's a calmness and a stillness of movement that's like those mystics in the port.
Oh, yeah. Sid's gonna look at them.
Yeah, so she'll say, "Yeah,
It
you
isn't
guys
them,
should see this."
But it's like there's that level of sort of
Yeah.
mystical movement, and yeah.
Yeah. Sid's gonna look at Delilah and like, do you think it's the children from the port?
God, I hope not.
They look like adults.
Children of the river.
No, that's what they call themselves.
Bloody hippies.
Oh. Yeah, but look,
How hippie are we talking about here? Like no
Like,
violence, or like
No.
violence hippie?
no, I think the violence hippies are across the way.
They-
like
They called themselves the Children of the River, and all of their houses were named after bloody rocks.
and then
So
they used the metal to signify some sort. It like they seemed very pacifist, but in a very confused way.
Okay, still, these are not the same people that you guys saw at the docks. We don't know
Doesn't
what
look
kind of
like it, no.
branch they have. They might
there
be
wasn't
from a
as
different
much
branch.
knocking, they're
I'm
probably
less
all
I'm less worried about them and more, and she'll kind of like gesture
Yeah.
to the big camp.
Well,
Let's use-
they're across
yeah.
the way, so
yeah, but they're
we have to worry about these 2 camps first. And if they're, I don't care where they're from. We don't know if they've branched off from their thing. We don't know if they're a separate sect, or I don't know what the hell the Children of the Corn is.
Somebody had
They-
to do it. Thank you.
well, only one of these 3 groups, aside from us, have actual weapons.
That we know of.
Yeah.
I'm saying this is why I'm shutting off the flyer here. We fall back a bit. We
The
stay on
ones
guard.
who have more access to us are the ones on the same side of the river as us.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Yep.
Don't trust those. Also, what's weird here is that you said there's 4 on both, kind of 4 on both. They look almost identical to each other. Clearly, that's a statement here. Why wouldn't they all just go into one camp? Why would they separate in 2 camps, pinching us in?
You've ever gone fishing before?
No.
Too many rods.
Why
no
would they go
catch.
fishing?
Why would they
Too
be
many-
fishing at
On the river where the
On
fish live.
3 a.m. in the morning?
I thought you meant like
That's-
when you're hunting fish, you flank them. I wasn't quite sure what you were going after there.
No.
So
Too many hooks.
yeah, it's
No
too many
catch.
hooks. Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha.
But they're not fishing, are they? They're just drinking tea, which is weird at this time of night.
That's what they're doomed for.
Yeah, I mean,
Inappropriate
and,
caffeine
you know,
intake.
Sid-
For all you
Sid
know,
just
it's
sort of gives-
chamomile tea, sir.
Sid gives Coas this blank stare. Well, if they have tea, then I'll probably trust them more then.
Stupid.
He's English.
I know he's still saying that.
No. You did not. Look at it. Not to rehash anything. Did you just call Sid stupid while you vehemently ensured Artemis that she's not stupid?
No, it's
He is
it's-
undoubtedly smarter than me.
No,
Dude,
it's not.
I
it's
went
not,
to engineering school for 15
No,
bloody
guys.
years.
guys,
I was
learn.
apprentice since I was 12.
I'm not saying stupid as in intelligence here. I'm saying it's stupid as in like. Oh
Can
come on,
Delilah
guys.
walk a little, not all the way, but she's just gonna start like walking a little bit because she's already kind of like out in the dark.
Yeah.
So she's just like walking more out.
Yeah. As you spin around Coas, oh, come on, you guys. You kind of look across the river, just like, why are they worried about these people? And something about the uniformity of the whiteness over there. Even the flags are white. Like, they're not surrendering to anybody. That's their sign. Everything is white. And it's just like white, white, blanco, blanco. It hits you. This is the White Company. This is a all but mythical mercenary unit. Beyond that, it's all myth. Like I said, they're all but mythical. You know you've heard they exist, and there they bloody are. But that's a group of working mercenaries across the waters.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that none of the rest of us have heard of that. Probably
No.
just militia types.
He was the cop, so
Right,
yeah,
right,
because
right,
because it's out of the city, so that doesn't happen right now. None of it gets talked about.
Mhm.
Even for Coas, like I said, it's
Yeah.
it's kind of a story to scare kids with, but maybe, and it turns out the maybe is true.
Okay, so that's the White Company over there. I mean, it's pretty like because they're all.
Did you
wearing
just
white.
name them, or do you know
Yeah,
them?
no, that's their name. I don't know shit about them other than that they're a mercenary group.
Oh, well,
supposedly.
that's nice.
Yeah, so I don't
Bunch
like
of people
any
who
of
kill
this.
kill other people for a living. Yeah, I'm sure they're
For
just
money,
great
yeah.
people to be friends with.
Exactly.
We're
Well,
not
Delilah's
going
still
to meet
walking.
them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're not gonna meet any
Yeah.
of these folks. I say we go back the way we came, take a different path. Don't
Artemis is
meet any
gonna
of
get
these
up
3.
shakily and go try to follow Delilah.
Okay,
Where's
Even though
Delilah
she's
going?
perfect.
Delilah's moving.
Sid's heading to the
Where are you
car.
moving?
Sid's
I don't
heading
know.
to
This
the car.
walking
Delilah's
bullshit.
gone into the bush. You don't see Delilah go. You see your sister stand up and go, though. Artemis heads
Yeah.
off into the bush behind Delilah.
Which direction is she going?
Delilah?
Probably the upriver camp.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Probably north.
I knew it was one of the camps. I just
Yeah.
didn't know which one.
Oh shit! She doesn't know anything about. Fucking hell.
And
She's
he's
gonna-
Getting ready?
He's gonna load his crossbow
Okay.
and go ahead on.
and stand up to head in that direction. Perfect. Sid, what are
And
you
he's
doing?
gonna he's just gonna mutter
Sid's-
himself. If
Oh,
I could
sorry. Yeah,
just, like,
please.
just
Yeah.
to finish up, he's gonna mutter himself. He's going to the brush just because they look friendly doesn't mean they are friendly. There's always, Isn't that like a whole thing in nature? You know, prey kind of looks like predators look like they're nice and friendly. As soon as they get there, snap. Come on, guys. He's just muttering to himself. He's just talking to himself.
Now he's
Yeah.
finally angry. Now that he's not
Yeah.
looking her in the face, he's finally angry.
Yeah.
Sid, how do you respond to
Um,
this?
Sid's just watching everybody fuck off, and he's like, looks to Stefano and Verite. It's like, well, I'm not leaving that bloody brilliant piece of engineering alone. I'm not going to leave it by herself. Do you mind giving me a hand? I've only got one. And he's sort of,
In response, Stefano goes, and
not in my car.
no, he's off behind a tree being violently ill from too much alcohol. Verite says, yep,
I would like to clarify.
is
His anger was mainly towards Delilah.
Oh
Even in
my
this
God.
situation.
Of course.
deflect.
Well, and
He's like,
Artemis is like,
"It's
I don't
not
want her going
friendly
off
like
alone.
Yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely. So Sid, yeah, Verite looks at you and says, I think we should wait. There's no lights.
What do
Nobody's
you mean,
moving
no
to
lights?
no lights on the car.
That's a very good point.
Artemis is basically going to try to catch up with Delilah and like get her to stop because
Yep.
like not necessarily to
Perfect,
follow
yeah.
her all the way, just to get her to like, hey, wait.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
So perfect.
Verite,
what-
help me at least wheel it off the road then, so it's not so obvious.
Okay, hide it. That makes sense. Yeah, we should hide it. Absolutely. They're not moving. They're not moving. He moves to the 3 camps. Not moving, none of them. So we should just hide it. Okay. We should go early in the morning though. Yep, very early in the morning.
Definitely.
In the bush. Dun 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 dun. Delilah Stillwater.
Hi.
You're just like, and I presume because like I just did there, that's why I act this stuff out. You don't look. I just realized you look up when you're annoyed like this, right? You just like, come on, right? So your eyes come,
She
yeah.
looks up and she also stares like
Yep.
dead forward.
which is why you see the sort of shape. It's the same color as everything else. It's a dark forest, but there's an undeniably human shape standing behind a log that is clearly standing there to be seen.
He is going to very with much conviction and kind of stalwartly stand maybe like 10 feet from this figure.
Yeah.
And just be like, state your intention.
And at that moment, Artemis comes up, closes the distance
Delilah, what
behind
are
you.
You
And then
We
to the
intended-
person.
We intended
Oh,
to
sorry.
offer you tea. You appeared injured. And they hold a steaming cup of Sid. Oh no, you're not there. Delilah, you're British enough. Your accent's British enough.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real. That's tea. That's not this chamomile relaxo time fucking bullshit thing. This is real caffeine bearing
legit.
proper tea.
Oh my god.
You appear to be injured. We can help with that. Proper tea.
Elaborate.
We can heal you both physically and they look you in the eyes, and it's like, I don't care how hard you're trying to hide it, and mentally and emotionally and psychically if necessary.
Are you associated with the camp on the other end of the river?
Our friends, yes. You are wondering why we camped on both sides of you.
That's one thing I'm wondering.
We wanted to help, and most people are afraid of us. So this way you had to pass us by. No matter which way you went.
Yeah.
It's
That's
not
smart.
good. Mm-mm.
Delilah is going to reach for the tea
Yep.
she's gonna take like a good sniff, like
Yep. As
like
you as you touch the cup to take it from them, like your fingers don't quite touch, but there's that sort of zzzt of like somebody with wool socks walked across the carpet and then exhorted you.
oh.
But there's no to it. It's more of a well,
It's like
I'll let
touching
you,
a plasma ball.
yeah, I'll let you decide what it's like. That's what you see and feel, just the tiniest little zzzt, this little burst of energy as you take the cup. It's quite warm. We've put no sweetener in it.
It's all right. I can take my coffee or my tea black.
Artemis?
Fucking downs it.
Yeah. Another
Hmm.
one comes out of the woods behind them and with another cup of tea and not a word, just reaches forward and hands it towards you. Delilah, you like it's so hot it burns, but oh, it's real proper like ground tea.
Artemis hesitates because she's like, I shouldn't be standing right now. I'm
Mhm.
hurting so bad. And
Yep.
also, like, tea's aromatic
Mhm.
as fuck. So,
Speaking of which, thank you for reminding me of that. Your scent sensitivity is kind of comes to the fore here because you can smell there's something about that tea that just undoes a knot. Like yours, the one that they're offering you isn't just a straight up Earl Grey. This is some sort of weird mixture of who knows what the hell. Like there's lavender or something in there. There's all kinds of weird smells and like little oil slicks and things floating around on it. But just the smell of it causes the sparkles to come down about 20%.
how did you do that?
We are very much in touch with the area's particular botany and its effect on our anatomies. I would suggest you sit down before you drink it. It has a sedative effect as well.
She will take it slowly and hesitantly.
Uh-huh. It's that perfect, like they just hold it out and just hold it and hold it and hold it until you take it. There's that same little sort of zzzt at the moment of contact.
She doesn't drink it. She's just watching them. She's like really hesitant. She's like,
The the one that's been doing all the speaking looks at you, and there's one of those, depending on how you want to take it, those little grins, those little knowing grins, and she pulls back her hood, and you can see a woman shake her hair out. She says, "We call it forgiveness. I've got some for your brother as well." And that is where we'll drop the curtain on tonight with, with forgiveness tea. I have to write that down before I forget.
Do not trust it.
oh, don't worry, it'll be in my notes.
Thank you. Wow, what a session! Holy crap! The thank yous are many and varied tonight. I want to start actually with Bison because you spent a lot of tonight watching, and I appreciate that. We got a couple scenes in for you, and we moved the story along. And yeah,
Full popcorn,
yeah,
bro.
oh yeah, I love it. So thank you for that. Plus, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but Sid has absolutely positively become the dad for the boys. Not so much for the party. These are unruly. These are cats here, but the boys, Berete and Stefano, are they look up to Sid in a big way. They want to be Sid when they grow up, in their own way. So I just wanted you to kind of point that out to you.
It's not the first time I've become team dad.
No, that's for sure.
We're on 3 now.
Phil, Coas, not only were you co-S all night, you did multiple scenes with multiple people in a row with very little break, and that is goddamn exhausting. So thank you, thank you,
You were the
thank you.
star of the episode. For
That
sure.
was
This is a
yeah,
Coas episode.
that was amazing to watch. Thank you. I don't know if I'd have had the energy
Episode
to
should
do
be
that all
called
out.
Coas Talks a Lot.
Yeah.
It's actually
He
called
does.
On Our.
He
it was-
says nothing.
It's called On Our Way, which is funny because that's the one thing you didn't do is go anywhere.
You keep
Um,
trying. You keep
yes.
trying.
He keeps trying, but
that's
he
okay.
he hits a wall.
You almost distracted me, but it ain't gonna happen, Chris. That scene with Coas was amazing.
Mhm.
You as an actor, you lay back a lot in these shows, and you sort of let other people have scenes, and you know you go in and you have a moment, and you step back out again. But tonight you took the bloody stage. The two of you stepped up and did a duet, and I use that term on purpose because it looked like you were singing. The timing on that was stunning, and like I said, as hard as that is to do, it's even harder on Zoom with that little lag that we're used to, but it's still very much there. So thank you for that. That was wondrous. I want to see way more of that, please. That was amazing. And that brings us around to Robin. Thunder Escape 7 and Artemis.
Little
Mhm.
mischaractered lead.
I have never. No, we're not even going to talk about that. We've all discussed. We've acknowledged that. This is a different question. That's not even a question. It's a statement. I have never seen anybody in my life carry so many swords upon which they could throw themselves, and so many petards on which they could hoist themselves. Phil Coas cut them out from under you as fast as he could talk, and you just pulled out another one and went right back on it. And when you weren't on a sword, you were on a petard. It was absolutely amazing. In the real
it's
world,
that
I think he
meme with,
probably just would
It's
have
a
throttled
skill.
you. Yeah,
It's
just-
that meme
skill.
with Mo throwing Barney out of the bar, and Barney's
just
behind him in the next.
he's always back in. Yeah, he's back in the bar again. It was so much fun to watch. The family that has just got the two of you are just like you're racing to throw yourselves on the martyr's fire. You know, it's just like no,
He
I'm
has
worse.
good
No, I'm
points.
worse.
Okay.
Yes, it's
Oh.
absolutely spectacular.
You dropped some bombs on Coas.
You
today.
did.
Holy
yeah,
fuck! I
yeah.
was lucky I was muted because damn.
That
Yeah.
was every single episode I say this, and every single
I
episode
don't
it's
mean to beat you up,
true.
Phil. I promise.
That was
Yeah,
amazing.
Siblings, it's expected.
Yeah,
He's used to it.
that was absolutely stunning. Thank you, all four of you. Thank you to chat tonight. If you tuned in tonight, that was something else. I hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. If you're watching the VOD, I hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. And if you're watching YouTube, at the risk of repeating myself, we hope you enjoyed it. We certainly did. But if you haven't watched all the way to here on YouTube, there's a thing you can do. Hit the like button. Thank you for watching all the way here. Watch time is king on the YouTube's algorithm. So thank you. And if you got all the way here, please hit that like button. Please hit the bell so we keep you informed. Lots and lots of people are watching this on YouTube, which is really cool. So thank you all for that. Whew. I tried so hard. We laughed. We had fun. It lasted 18 minutes and 42 seconds.
Yep.
And then
Did you actually write that down?
no.
Okay.
Just- but thank you to everybody. That was amazing. I love these Saturday nights, and I guess the best compliment I can give you is I'm glad I've got Sundays off to recover from them. So with that, we come to the end again. So until next time, please continue to be nice to each other. Good night.
Bye.